Time. Yo, what's up?
My G,
What's good, bro?
all good, man. What about you? How you doing?
All good, man. I just was busy entertaining the guests
Ah, nice.
while you come in, man of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we here. What's
we
up?
here, man. Appreciate you making the time
Yeah.
to join.
Should I introduce you as well? Oh.
Yeah, you should introduce me, man. You just came in with all the people, man.
The things like Fabian is definitely one of the best persons I have met in
Oh,
Hungary,
come on.
particularly in Debrecen. Um, is one of the smartest guys that I've ever met in life, and one of the guys that helped me in one of the most difficult moments in my life. So from
Ah,
now on,
come
we
on.
became like really friends, and we here to talk about many things. Only
Yeah.
him knows, but I don't know many things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yes.
Fabian.
Thanks
Engine,
for
you engine, computer science, right? You did computer science.
yeah, yeah.
Computer science, yeah. I graduated 1 year ago.
Yeah.
1 year ago, he was at Kashai campus,
Yeah.
faculty of uh, what?
Informatics, something like that.
Informatics. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Fabian, ladies and
Thanks,
gentlemen.
man. Thanks for the beautiful introduction. So I'm
Yeah,
going to introduce you as well.
yeah.
Um, Unami is from Angola, one of my good friends in Hungary. Um, we've been through a lot with Unami, and I've seen him grow as an artist, and he's been very, very passionate about what he does. And that's one thing that inspires me, and that's why he's the first person that I go live with
Yeah,
in this
nice.
series, because I've seen that passion grow into something tangible. He's not only a dreamer but a doer, and
Yeah,
that's what this is all about, right?
thanks, thanks.
But
Yeah,
also, I'm not done. Unami is not only an artist, you are also a student at the University of Debrecen, right?
yes.
And you study business
Business
management.
management, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So that's Unami right there.
exactly.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
So Unami, without boring people about our profiles, let's talk about what brought us here today, and that's your art, your music.
yeah.
How did it start?
Man, what I've been saying when this question comes out is that music have always been there with me. Like I grown up in a family that music was a kind of tradition. Like I used to consume a lot of music, African music mainly when I was younger in my family like place.
Mm-hmm.
I know some old songs from South Africa, for example, from Namibia, from Congo mainly, from my country. Like
Mm-hmm.
I grown up in that kind of environment. Like people were always like singing
Yeah.
and also in church, like church mainly, like like African church, like music is like one of the main parts of the
Yeah.
Christianity or any type of church that exists in Africa. Like yeah, grown up in that kind of environment, and then I used to write. I
Okay.
started as a writer, as ghost writer, basically.
Okay.
I was like,
Ghostwriter.
yeah, I was writing for some other people's, like for every very different genders of music in my country. We
Mm-hmm.
have one that we call like ghetto zouk. We have
Mm-hmm.
one that we call kizomba, samba.
Mm-hmm.
We have one that we call kuduro, even rap. I used to
Oh.
write all these kind of things.
Okay.
And 2013, one of my cousins started to produce rap, and he
Mm-hmm.
told me like, why don't you try to do your own song? I was like, no, I can't. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, you try to do it. If it's nice, we keep it. If it's not, we delete and we forget about it.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I accept the challenge.
Yeah.
And then I decided to write something about the government.
Cool.
Yeah, I wrote something about the government.
Something
Bro,
nice.
we spent like 6 hours,
6 hours.
6 hours recording the song, you know, because
Okay.
I was trying to manage the flow, like keep up with the beats, keep up
Yeah.
with my lyrics and everything, and I didn't by
Bro,
that time.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but
Mhm.
you say 6 hours. Is 6 hours a long time, or that's like I feel like that's a very short time for a song, especially if you're talking about
No,
government, you know?
I feel like it was for now. I
Yeah.
take even less. I can take like less.
Okay.
For me, like I can in 6 hours, I might wreck a mixtape, bro.
Damn. Okay.
You got it. So
Yeah, I get it. That's fine.
back then for me, like it's like a whole day to wreck just one song, you
Hmm.
know. But
Yeah.
now I can do in 6 hours. I can wreck like a mixtape.
Okay.
So that was my main difficulty on it. Then when I first did the first song,
Hmm.
after that, I start like completely flowing. Everything was
Yeah.
just like going.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Damn. So yes, you told me that yes, you got inspired by local artists and
yeah,
also the African music scene in general.
yeah.
Are there any artists that you'd like to shout out?
Man, there are many.
Okay.
There are many. But my main inspiration in music, like the
Yeah.
way I write my lyrics, there is an old guy in my
Hmm.
country. He's a very classic one. Like his name is Andre Mingas.
Andre Mingish.
Yeah, it's like one of it's my main inspiration in music, like worldwide, you know.
Yeah.
But in terms of rap, there is a guy in my country called Bob Darations.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's based in the UK right now. I think we have to talk about him. I told you about
Yeah.
him previously, right? You
You've
remember?
talked about him, and I think there's a magazine, Kaga magazine.
Yeah, yeah,
You also mentioned him, and the
exactly,
interviewer said that you sound similar, like your flow and his are not far apart.
bro. The thing is, like, when I music for me was a kind of experiment, right?
Yeah.
And then when I said like, from now on, I'm gonna start like rapping for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted to rap like him.
Okay.
I wanted to be like him. Like, I wanted to have like his flow, the
Yeah.
way he used to write everything. I
Mm-hmm.
just was like purchasing his personality into mine. You got it.
Yeah.
So that's why when they said in the Carga magazine that I was sounding like him, that is true, bro. That is true, because no one told me like, oh, this is bad or this is good. Now I was just like going after that guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see like one of my friends there coming in right now. I
Yeah.
see Ed and Ronnie. Like, these are like a very good rappers as well. Like, from my country, my G's. Holla back.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now that your guys are here, supporting you, want to listen to you. How's the music ecosystem in Angola? Like where you started, like how's the support? Is it active and how does it work there?
Man,
Especially hip hop.
man, like the old guys, they have been saying like there was like an golden era
Okay.
in my country in terms of hip hop, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But there are like, since there are like different genders, and back then the oldest guy, they used to see like hip hop has an outside gender from my country. They used to not support the way they should.
Right.
So it's still like we're still struggling. I can say that way. We're still struggling in terms of accepting the movement in my country. But there are some good guys that they've been doing really well with the
Mm-hmm.
hip hop. But in the type of hip hop that I do or rap,
Yeah.
it's still like underground.
Mm-hmm.
Still underground. It's like you don't have so many support. The industry itself doesn't work for everybody. I think
Okay.
it's more related to those guys that they don't stimulate the conscience of the people. Like
Right.
they like to talk about like how they living their shoes, how they tripping, how they
Mm-hmm.
get money, how they spending it. Like this is the kind of
Yeah.
rap that still, I think, worldwide right now, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
it's the type of rap like running the industry. But in
Yeah.
my country, in terms of MCs, I have been saying like in Portuguese we have like the dopest MCs ever. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you can check in Brazil, you can check in Portugal, Mozambique, or any other country that they speak Portuguese. Like we on top.
Right.
But when it comes to music in general, hip hop is still in the back in my country. Like the movement doesn't get it like for real. You know? Yeah.
Do you think it's because most of the rap is in Portuguese? Because I saw one of your articles got featured in Brazil already.
Yeah, yeah, I
Is
did.
it? Do you think the language is maybe a factor in that?
I don't believe so. You know why I don't believe so? Because like
Okay.
music sometimes is not about understanding.
True.
It's about feeling, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a lot of guys have been like asking me, like, "Oh, why don't you do like the music in English?" But my
Yeah.
fear is like maybe if I do it in English, it might lose the feeling that I have when I'm using my local language. You got it. I
Right.
can try, obviously, and I will, and
Yeah.
I've been writing a lot of things in English, but for sure, like music is not a problem. Language is not a problem. For example, a very real example is like most of Nigerian songs they hit in my country,
Yeah. All over
but
Africa, all over the
most,
world right now,
but
actually.
most of us we don't understand English in my country.
True. True.
You got it. So
Yeah.
language is not the problem; it's the vibe.
But
You know.
bro, I know Windek. Windek. Windek.
You know Windeck. You don't. I think
Yeah.
we don't. You don't even know what Windeck means
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
exactly, but you feel it.
I
You
feel
vibe
it.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the aim of the song. It's not about understanding.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about language itself. It's about like if you feel it, you're gonna vibe with it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But according to what I was saying, I was not saying like worldwide. Portuguese
Yeah.
music worldwide because we know like if we talk about worldwide, of course, language will be an influential factor.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm talking about hip hop locally in my country, like
Mm-hmm.
even in the other countries that they speak Portuguese,
Yeah.
they just like um, the easiest music, like with less complexity, with
Mm.
less information,
Yeah.
is the music that hits more. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. But do you think it's integral for an artist to have both sides, like music that speaks to the lighter vibration and music that speaks to the deeper vibration to reach
Yeah.
all audiences?
Yeah. I think as an artist, we have always to push kind of a balance on it.
Yeah.
You cannot do just like a very smart music and the people don't vibe with it. Sometimes you need to go to the other side in
Mm-hmm.
order to get the visibility
Yeah.
and to express what you already have inside.
True.
Sometimes you need to like to go to the easiest way, you know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
know like you hard, we know like your delivery is like the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe in the cycle you are right now,
Yeah.
the type of music you do, it will not like reach another levels if you don't do like the easiest one. You
Yeah.
need to do the easiest one in order to reach that level, and from
Mm-hmm.
that level you show the how deep you can go with your music.
Right. So,
Yeah.
bro, which brings me to the next question. Like, given what you have said, how has your music evolved since you started up to now? Did you have any views in terms of the music that you produce that have changed your process? How has it been?
Yeah, I've changed a lot. I've changed a lot. Even one of the things I told you the last time we talked, I think it was about doing drill and trap.
Right.
Back then my conscience was like, man, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not my type of music.
Yeah.
This is not the type of music I would like to do. But now, since I understood, like, oh yeah, this is the trending, and I can put my content the way I write in boom bap, also in trap, also in drill. It
Yeah.
won't change me. It's just like the writing that changes.
Mm-hmm.
But the information is still there. That's the most important thing, you know.
True. True.
And since 2013 that I've started till today, of course, I changed a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
changed a lot. I could. It's part of my. It's part of my evolution as an artist and as
Yeah.
a rapper. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like rap itself has been changing along the ages,
Yeah.
and to be like um on time, I need to keep up with everything that is changing as well. The
Yeah.
information,
Yeah.
the
True.
beats, the lyrics, everything. I have to keep up with it. So yeah, I've changed.
Cool. How do you practice? Like, how do you keep up?
Man, you know that I don't I don't I, I I don't have like a, how can I put it? I don't have like a moment to practice my rap.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is like the moment I'm practicing is the moment that I know I'm going to wreck something.
Right.
Because I write every day, but I don't write every day. You know,
What do you
I'm I'm
mean?
I'm writing every day, like every day.
Okay.
Like if I'm in school, I might
Right.
have like an idea and I'm like writing on my phone. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
in a tram station, if I'm like in the bus, if I'm like anywhere, if I'm in my house, I'm always writing.
Yeah.
But if I know, for example, next week I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to write this song, then I will start to practice the song in order to go in the studio and make it like flow easily. Because I don't want to go in the studio and commit a lot of mistakes, you know.
Yeah.
So I like to go in the studio when I feel like I'm ready to wreck this song.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the process when my practicing starts. I don't
Yeah.
like sit down just and practice like randomly. No, I don't do it. It's like mainly if I know like tomorrow I'm going to wreck something and today I'm like practicing all day like the song
Mm-hmm.
so that I can go in the studio and make it easier and faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've also worked like with other artists,
Mhm.
also upcoming artists, established artists already in your country.
Yeah.
Do you have a few that you had like a great time working with, or you like their work ethic, like how they do their own things? Do you have a few people you mention and maybe something that really interested you in their process?
Man, I've been featuring with many guys,
Yeah, I know
but
that.
most of them they are closer to me. We know
Hmm.
since, you
Okay.
know, like usually when I'm featuring with someone, it's mainly with the hook. You know, if I
Right.
like the way I told you, I have the beats, I write my thing, and sometimes I have no idea for the hook, and I know like if I know like this song, Fabian's voice could fit in better, so
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
send you the
Hmm.
song, and tell you like according to your understanding,
Hmm.
do me a hook like you're gonna like it, and I'm gonna like it for sure. And
Yeah.
maybe we're in the studio together already, and we do it.
Hmm.
But currently, I'm trying to do something different.
Okay.
Like I've wrecked my album
Hmm.
that I went back right now in my country,
Yeah.
and there are like some dope rappers that I'm gonna feat with,
Okay.
and I don't know the way they do their
Okay.
music, like their
Yeah.
process in studio. I don't know,
Yeah. Makes
but
sense.
what I know is that I did the same process as I do with everyone. I
Right.
did my part. We
Hmm.
did the hook in the studio.
Yeah.
And if he's a rapper that needs to put some bars on it, I'll
Hmm.
just like send him the whole project so that he can understand the song and easily uh, connect with me in the song. That's what we do. That's what I've
Right.
been done.
Yeah, awesome. And bro, I didn't find much information about the event, but it was mostly in Portuguese. But you did an event when you were back in the country, I think a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
where you were talking and also got to perform your song.
Yeah.
your songs there. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that project.
Yeah, that happened in the last Friday, August last Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still back home. And when did it start? It started a long time ago. Like,
Okay.
I know the guy that was organizing the events long ago. Like, we met in the church.
Okay.
Now he's one of the guys that organizes most of the hip hop events in my country.
Right.
And we've been talking like all this time, and he was like asking me when I'm coming back because he'd like to do a kind of event with me, but I didn't know when to go back. So
Yeah.
yeah, then I went back July last in the third week July. I went back home.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that I'm back, and then he connected with me. Like, he was like, "Hey man, how you doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how is music going? Are you feeling ready to make like a hip hop live with me, like a show or whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
And then he organized everything. It's called what's the name of the project? It's like art without lyrics, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and he invited me. We talked about everything, even the financial part, because it's
Ah,
also
pretty cool.
important. Yeah,
That's always important.
we agreed on and everything. He
Yeah.
just what he did was like organizing the space,
Mm-hmm.
like spread the news about the show and everything, and then we were
Yeah.
like ready to do it. So yeah, this is basically what we did. We were
Right.
like ready for it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it happened. It was in the city in
Yeah.
Luanda.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had to present like 10 songs in the night, and
Right.
everybody was there like to watch. And then yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was like after 4 years out of
Oh
the
yes.
stages, yeah,
Yeah.
out of the stage, because I've performed a lot in my country before coming Hungary.
Yeah. I know that.
And since I came, I didn't perform. I had one in my country here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like in the second week that I arrived, 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really bad. So
Ah, come
yeah,
on.
yeah, it was bad. Then after that, the second performance I had in 4 years was this one that I went back home. It was like awesome. It was like a very good experience. I
Yeah.
was even I was even feel like it was supposed to be full of people in the place,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't at the same time that we had like elections,
Right.
presidential elections in my country, and the people were fearing like a kind of a civil war again.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like joking with it, like we did a show without war, and then God blessed us. Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But what's this war, civil war about?
No, the thing was like we're going to politics right now
I
in this
mean, why
case.
not?
Yeah, yeah. The thing is like we have we have uh we have the same government for 48 years or
Okay.
50 by now.
Yeah.
And we're tired of him, we're tired of the same government, we're tired of everything. And then just come the guy called ACJ.
Okay.
Yeah, and we want him to become the new president because he's young, and as youngers, we feel like he identifies with our issues,
Yeah.
and we believed that he can change everything.
Yeah.
And then we were like put all our cards on him. We were like saying like, no, this time the change comes. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we trusted like the previous government who would leave,
Yeah.
and we knew who would manage the country from now on.
Mm-hmm.
But we failed. You know, they still won the elections and everything, and the people were saying like, oh, if they win it, we might go to a war.
Right.
And everybody like was like afraid, and it was like my show was like 2 days
Yeah.
after the elections, and the
Mm-hmm.
people were like, we're really afraid to move out of the house and stuff. Yeah,
True.
but still, some guys like they arrived, they came. I even posted some pictures in my Instagram. We did the
Yeah.
live, everything. I have like the it's not the whole show in my YouTube channel, but
Yeah.
Some part of it is there, like, yeah, and we enjoy the night.
Yeah, it's crazy how, you know, government run stuff. I mean, they're supposed to be there for the people, but at the same time, it just ends up to be a whole freak show. You saw what's happening in Iran right now?
Bro, from what we know, from what I know,
Yeah,
basically, it's like in Africa, we all have the same issues.
that's
You know,
true. Except
they're
Rwanda.
all the same. They're all the same, and the
Yeah,
main one is the government.
yeah, true.
The government is the main problem in Africa, like
Yeah, for
all the
sure,
countries.
for
Like,
sure.
and if we change, I think I'm not sure about that. If everything is gonna change, but if the government changes and if it becomes like a kind of a reality, what they promise to us, and they say
Hmm.
like they're gonna do this and that, we
Yeah,
will change for sure. But man, we know the problems. The problem is like the government mainly. Yeah, there is
yeah,
no any other problem.
yeah. And when the economies go down like they're going right now, then the youth don't have prospects. And you know, youth being easily like influenced, then people go to alcohol, drug abuse.
Bro, there is something that we call in economy sustainability.
Yeah.
Sustainability is a process by which the government they they realize how we're going to be living or how the
Hmm.
next generation is going to be living in the
Yeah.
upcoming 10, 20,
Hmm.
50, 40, 100 years.
Yeah.
We produce now to satisfy the needs we have now, but also to prevent the future.
Yeah. To
That's
plan for
the
the
aim.
future.
That's
Yeah.
the aim of the economy.
Yeah.
But what they do is like they spend everything we produced in themselves. They want to
Hmm.
do the things for them, you know, like for their family and stuff. And
Yeah.
the
Like there's
population
no
just struggle
tomorrow.
with everything. That's the
Yeah.
problem, you know.
Yeah. It's a big problem, bro. I want to keep this. We do this for 45 minutes. We've done 33 already, so we still have some time.
Yeah.
Also, on your profile, you have mental health there. Could you tell me a little bit about that? What's
Bro, I'm happy that you asked this kind of question.
appreciated?
And I started understanding more about mental health when I was going through a deep depression. And it
Okay.
was 2018 or 19. I'm not sure anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
you're the only one that helped me with this kind of situation.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy that with the question you made, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad,
Bro,
man.
before coming to Hungary, I was having like a great life, like
Mm-hmm.
really good life. I was almost finishing my university.
Mm-hmm.
I was working, having my own money, organizing my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then there came opportunity to come in Hungary to start all over again.
Yeah, I
And
mean
then
it
I
makes
came,
sense. Yeah.
and I started like facing a lot of issues.
Right.
One of the main issues that I was having was about fitting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to fit in the cycles that I was not supposed to.
Right.
And one of like the only community that I could fit in during that time was in Kenyan community. It was
Hey,
between you,
rep in Kenya.
uh, Daniel,
Yeah.
Lynn,
Mm-hmm.
Enoch,
Yeah.
some other guys, Jones, some
Mm-hmm.
other guys. Like was the community. Even in Angola community, I couldn't fit in
Yeah.
because we have so many complexities. Like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I started to face a lot of issues during this time. I was
Yeah.
feeling down most of the time. I was completely alone. And once I was alone, I started overthinking in so many different things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was affecting my mental health.
For sure.
And when I realized I was deeply depressed and I was completely alone, I couldn't go out. I was always in my room. I
Yeah.
didn't want to go to school anymore. I even when I was like self-paid and I felt like my father was spending his money from nothing, you know, because
Yeah.
like when I was like studying, if I had like let's say if I had like three in exam all my classmates, they had like 4. If I have 4, all they have like 5. I was like, man, I'm not studying enough. Like I was feeling down myself. I was feeling like my father was like spending his money from nothing.
Yeah.
And I was feeling
That,
like, and mainly I was alone. Like there was no someone that I could like catch up with, like talk and express myself what I was like having inside.
mm-hmm.
Till the moment that we met and we started like becoming like really close, and I shared with you the problem I was passing by, and you told me some other stuff. You were like pushing me up, like telling me a lot of things, and I was like, yeah, you know what? He's right. And from that moment on, I changed my life completely. And then when I passed this situation, I realized like, man, everything was going bad because I had mental issues. My mental health was not there,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
Yeah.
I started like understanding that everything starts in your mind,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
believing, doing any other thing. It starts in your
Mm-hmm.
mind.
Yeah.
If mentally you're not well,
Mm-hmm.
trust me, everything will go like in the wrong way.
For sure.
Yeah. You need to
Yeah.
be better. You need to be good with your
Yeah.
mental health. You need to be in peace. You
Yeah.
need to understand when you have to let it go. Like there are situations that we can solve currently.
Yeah.
So you need to let it go in order to allow yourself to give the next step.
Mm-hmm.
But if you push yourself to the same issue that you can solve in that moment, it will push you down and
Yeah.
it will affect your mental health. That was going with me at that moment. And when I understood it, I pushed forward. Like I moved away
Yeah.
and I solved all my problems. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
everything was going correctly. And I was like, yeah, that's about mental health. That's why it's like in my Instagram, like mental health. That's my understanding about it. That's my
Mm-hmm.
experience. And you make part of this situation.
Yeah, in a positive way.
In a
But
positive
bro,
way, for sure.
yeah, I completely relate with your situation. I also like have dealt with mental issues in my own space. Even when we were talking about you, most of the things that I could say to you were things that I was telling myself too at that time,
Yeah.
because I was also having to struggle with how our situation was. We didn't have no jobs. We have school. You have to finish projects here and there, and many other things. You're in a new environment, new ways of thinking, things that very many things to catch up, and so much nuance in the society that you have to
Yeah.
understand for you to integrate properly. And this is something I feel like most people coming from Africa, especially coming to Europe, don't talk about much, but
Yeah.
it's part of the reality, you know.
Yeah. And we've been saying that it's also part of the culture.
Yeah.
I think we in Africa, thanks God, with my parents now, my brothers and sisters, now we talk. We've been talking, we've been like sharing our problems, mental problems and financial and some other problems we have.
Hmm.
But back then we've been saying like talk is not a part of our problems. I mean
Right.
our culture. We don't
Yeah,
we
we
don't
don't.
talk much. Mainly about mental issues, you
Yeah,
know.
you want to talk?
We
Come
won't
on.
talk about mental issues in Africa. Come on, man. They're gonna tell you like, man, are you white? You got
Oh,
it,
I'm going for therapy, you know?
bro.
What?
It's not part of our reality.
Yeah,
That's why we see like people killing themselves
true.
when
Bro,
they
that
could just talk and solve everything.
bro, especially in Debrecen, man, like especially the medical school. It's crazy because I saw also in the US there's like on Instagram something also happened. I don't know what's with the medical career, but medical students really,
They struggle a lot.
yeah,
They have a lot of problems.
true.
Even today, like I went to play football in the morning when I was coming back.
Okay.
And then I met a girl from India.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty. for sure. I saw
All
her and told,
right.
hey, she was like deeply down, you know. I
Save her,
could see
bro.
by her facial expression,
Yeah.
she was really down, like she was really sad. And the first thing I said was like, hey, you pretty. And she started laughing. She's like, thank you. And was like, yeah, that's the vibe you should have. Like you should always laugh. Like because you're so pretty to be sad. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I'm a medical student. Like this is my last semester, my last year, and I've been struggling a lot. It was like, yeah, you're only struggling to say in the end, like I did it. You have to trust your process.
Yeah.
Because if you let this kind of issue to put you down,
Mm-hmm.
trust me, you will not figure out how to solve all the issues you have. And you
Yeah.
will not like have the proper direction you should have. So all the problems we have, we're gonna fix them one day.
Mm-hmm.
They are not meant to be forever, you know.
For sure.
So this is my mindset right now. Whenever problem I'm going by, I always put myself like I'm bigger than the issue, you know. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is gonna pass. It's gonna I'm gonna suffer with this situation, but in a time I'm gonna fix it. So
Yeah.
let me not affect my mental issue again, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you go like there is also a say that it's like once you are in the end of the I don't know if raw in English is raw.
Of the road.
Yeah, if you're in the
Yeah.
end of the road, the advantage of it is like there is no way you could go more.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to figure out how to move back, how to push yourself back.
Yeah.
Once you are in that kind of situation, don't kill yourself with a lot of things that you can't do anymore. So what you just do is try to figure out how to solve the issue. Try to figure out how you can come back better from that kind of issue. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. While we're still on this topic, how do you, in that moment when the pressure is so much, you know? Because yes, there's the conscious part that is saying this is not right. You need to focus on the end goal. You need to focus on your why. But that moment when it's getting uncontrollable, how do you stay afloat? How do you stay sane?
Bro, you know what's a good thing about life?
Mm-hmm.
Is like life is a cycle.
Yeah.
Whenever things you're going through, there is someone that has gone already.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always learn from this person.
For sure.
Yeah. When I'm under a very big pressure,
Mm-hmm.
what I do is to move away from the pressure.
Right.
Like I try myself to avoid any type of thinking on that kind of situation. I need to to push it back
Mm-hmm.
because if I go with the pressure, it might put me down. You know, like
Yeah.
what I personally do is like when I'm in the pressure, whenever thing in my life, I just become as an outsider of the problem.
Right.
You know, what
Yeah.
I do is like I'm like, okay, I have this problem. How should I solve this problem? Then I push myself back as someone that is not part of the problem, and I try to
Mm-hmm.
understand all the possibilities that I can fix this kind of situation. That's the main way I've been using to solve my problem. And because like when you are in the pressure, the most easiest way to solve your problem you can't even see.
True. It's very blurry, and I
Yeah,
appreciate that Kefas is here. His name is Furaha on the chat. That's also one of my friends who I usually, talk it out because you might be seeing this mountain here, but from
yeah,
someone else's perspective, they see right through it because they're not
exactly,
in that pressure.
exactly,
Just talk.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's why I said like life is a kind of a cycle. Whatever you're
yeah,
going through, there is always someone that passed by.
mm-hmm,
So if you try to express yourself,
yeah,
okay, express is not something easy.
True.
We first need to feel comfortable with the person,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to trust the
Yeah.
person.
True.
Since we have someone we trust and we feel comfortable with, it's easier to express ourselves. So try to talk. Even this person might not be through the same situation before,
Mm-hmm.
but for sure he's gonna say something. The smallest thing he's gonna say might
Mm-hmm.
push you back, push
Yeah.
you up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I solve my pressure most of the time. Yeah, and everything is gonna be all right.
Awesome, man. Um, so this conscious, introspective nature that you the way you've expressed yourself with regards to mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to let everyone watching, this is the kind of conscious messages that Unami puts into his music.
Yeah, yeah. This is basically what I do. Basically, what I do in my music is more about social awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been reporting about a lot of social problems we have
Yeah.
along the years, mainly in Angola society.
Mm-hmm.
How the government should move in, how he should solve the population problems, and also I talk about love. I
Right.
talk about love. I talk about my issues.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about my experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk about everything that I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't talk about like chains. I don't talk about like cars, money, because I don't have. Maybe I would sing about it if I would have, but since I don't, then it's not my reality. And or something also about hip hop. It's about being honest with your
Mm-hmm.
reality
Yeah.
and report it. Mainly report, be the voice for the weak, for those that they don't have a
Yeah.
voice to express.
Mm-hmm.
That's the aim of hip hop. It started in Bronx,
Mm-hmm.
in US,
Yeah.
and it used to be a kind of a weapon
Mm-hmm.
that the black community was using to express themselves against all the system that was pushing them back. That's the
Right.
reality. And then I use the same thing. I'm on the
Yeah.
roots still.
Yeah, Unami, we have Congo Blue Father in the building. Thanks for joining, man.
Yeah,
Congo, you're one of
congratulations.
the guys who inspired me to do what I'm doing right now.
Oh,
Congo
nice.
is a lighting designer, and he's done it for Jason Derulo and even Nav in Canada. So
Yeah, awesome,
appreciate
awesome,
appreciate
awesome.
appreciate the
There is
support,
also
Congo.
my cousin also just joined right now. I have my
All
cousin in
right.
the live,
Yeah.
Ufeka, my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And previously I saw a friend of mine, a Hungarian dude.
Right.
He's also a rapper,
Mm-hmm.
mostly George. By the
Yeah.
way, there is a fit coming, upcoming,
Okay.
like between me and him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's also a dope rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome, man. So, bro, what do you have coming up in terms of projects? What do you have in mind?
Bro, I had a very productive uh process in my country. Like I went back July and I came back September.
Mm-hmm.
During this time, I was doing a lot of things, and one of them was like music.
Yeah.
You know, like what I've seen is like I don't want to live by music because music is my first love. You know, and I was in the studio for 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I wrecked like 17 songs
Right.
in 3 weeks, and they might be like part of my album. It's like my very first album. I have like mixtapes and stuff. They're available, by the way, YouTube and some other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, this is special, bro. This is
Okay.
really special, really, really special because,
Uh-huh.
man, I've been chasing for this moment for long, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've been like putting music out since 2013,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing like this one. nothing,
Okay.
nothing like this one. And
Okay.
I just feel like I didn't reach my best yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like I'm closer. And this project that is coming out is
Right.
coming is like the proof of all the evolution I had during my
Mm-hmm.
process, because
Awesome.
I've tried to do so many things. Like
Mm-hmm.
back then, I had no feeling for drill. I had no
Mm-hmm.
feeling for trap. I have no
Mm-hmm.
feeling for some other genders. But now
Mm-hmm.
I've done that in a very awesome way. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with what I did.
Yeah.
And
I'm sold.
currently, since
Mm-hmm.
you asked what is coming out,
Yeah.
currently I've planned something different.
Okay.
I've done. My cousin is asking about one of the singles that I put out, Todos
Okay.
Tolos. He's
Yeah.
asking for two.
Yeah. Let's do it. Come on.
I might,
Yeah.
but currently I'm doing kind of scenarios. I put
Mm-hmm.
out scenarios one,
Yeah.
and I'm ready with the scenarios two.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wrecked scenario two in my country. I
Yeah.
did the video already. I have with
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm just like waiting for a moment that I feel comfortable to put it out. Like
Yeah.
is the thing that is coming out right now. Like
Okay.
maybe in the end of the month, maybe
End of the
beginning of
month.
next month is coming.
Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
soon.
after that, I will
Okay.
put like scenario three.
Yeah.
And after scenario three, I will start with the putting out the promotional music of my album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe next year my album will be out.
Awesome. Awesome. I just want to shout out everybody here. Georgette and
Yeah,
Kufika Thomas. Appreciate the
yeah,
support. Yeah,
yeah. My
so
boy,
yeah.
your Jet, what's up?
Yeah. So bro, any last thoughts, any last shout outs, information, where can people find you? You know, such kind of plugins.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing is like to those one that getting now that don't know me, like my name is Yunami. I am a hip hop rap artist, and I've been putting out some good things like rap. I mainly rap in Portuguese, but I
Mm-hmm.
hope anytime soon I will put something out in English.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm about to drop a single called Scenarios 2. Scenarios 1 is already out. You can find me on YouTube, Yunami Official. You can follow me on Instagram, and the links of my YouTube is in my bio. And yeah, that's it. I'm coming with my album. Maybe next year. We never know. Maybe this year in the end. Yeah, I'm ready for everything, and that's it. And also about mental health, it's really important to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's important to talk. Whenever you feel like you're going through a problem, you just talk with someone that you feel comfortable to express yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. So that was Unami. Uh, he
Thank you,
just
bro.
he just gave you all his social links where you can follow him, follow his
Yeah,
projects, and also we'll be having this regular talk, especially with social issues like mental health that
yeah,
affect all of us.
yeah,
And as for me, I'm Fabayam. On this platform, I'll be bringing people who are doing awesome things in the world just to let everyone know that you're not alone. We are all in this, and awesome. Unami, if you're okay with it, I'm
yeah,
gonna leave this live on
yeah,
as a video because I think we talked about so many important things that will be
yeah, yeah.
beneficial
No
to
problem.
people.
No problem. Do it, bro.
Awesome.
Yunami,
Shababy
Yunami,
joined late.
Yunami everywhere. Yunami on Apple Music, Yunami on Spotify, Yunami on SoundCloud. Everywhere you can find me. Yunami official on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Awesome. Congo, sorry for putting you on on blast like that. But then come on, hey. We need your support. All right,
Yeah.
man. Thanks.
Man, thanks for
Appreciate it.
inviting me. See you soon, bro.
Anytime.
Bye.
Take care, bro.
Thank
Bye.
you, Georgette.
Bye, everybody. Take